family businesses, like, they don't really have to follow any laws when it comes to like child labor or anything like that. But it taught me the work ethic that I have today. Hey guys, KB here, and this is the Fitpreneur Files. Now, I need to take off my makeup for the day, so we're just gonna have a little chat and kind of continuing on the getting to know me. I was like out of makeup wipes. Now, this is super dry, so I don't know if you've ever done this, but I just put a little water on it because we got to get this makeup off. But yeah, so I'm kind of from all over. My dad was a heart surgeon, and that's the reason why we moved a ton. Now, I will say, I'm not trying to be depressing, but I did lose my father when I was 11. And honestly, I feel like that plays a huge role in like just the woman I am today. I think that, the things that you go through really help create who you are. But yeah, so I lost my father at a young age. So kind of grew up in a single parent household, like half of the time, but because I was the oldest, I have two younger sisters. Because I was the oldest, I was like my mom's partner. So I had to grow up really fast. Because my mom was 3 months pregnant with my youngest sister when my father passed away. So it was a really, really tough time in my family. And for me specifically, I had to step up and I had to be there for my mom because like things needed to get done. I definitely get my like entrepreneur bug from my mom. She was an entrepreneur. She owned Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. She owned a franchise of that in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So I also started working when I was like, I don't know, 12 years old. Family businesses, like, they don't really have to follow any laws when it comes to like child labor or anything like that. But it taught me the work ethic that I have today. So I am definitely forever grateful for that. Ooh, child. Okay, I just washed my face. I am not skilled enough yet to be able to do that on camera, so that was not pictured. But I did film a collaboration with a skincare brand today. And their skincare, it seems really good. So I am going to use that for my nighttime routine today. But always just starting off with the products I normally use, and then I'll just put their products on top. But as I was saying, for me, since I've been working since I was literally like 12 years old, I have always just been a super hard worker. So you already know I'm from New Mexico. I went to college in New Mexico, but kind of. So I graduated from the University of New Mexico. But the thing is I went mostly online and also attended classes in Arizona and just had them transferred because I worked full time in finance at 18. So I started my career in finance at 18. I was a financial representative, but got my life, health, accidental insurance licenses with them and really just started building up my like financial acumen and learning what it meant to be in the industry. So with starting off in finance at such a young age, I also moved out. Like, I didn't live at home. Like, it was like, I was trying to be grown. So had me a little boyfriend and I didn't want to live at home. So I moved out, and at first I lived in like off-campus housing. If you're from New Mexico, I lived in Lobo Village. You know what that is if you're from New Mexico. But the thing is I got in trouble. That's a story for another day, but I got in trouble my freshman year of college and could no longer live at Lobo Village. So your girl ended up moving out and getting an apartment with my boyfriend at the time. And, it's crazy because I think just in how life progresses, like, him and I were struggling to pay like $600 a month, like, total for our rent at the time, which I would kill to have rent like that right now. But because I had big people bills, I needed a big people job. So I worked full time in finance, but that wasn't enough. I also was a server. So I literally, my schedule was I would work from like 7 to like 3 in finance. And then I would work at the restaurant from like 6 until like 10. And then, when you're a server living that life, then I would go party with my server friends. I would sleep for 3 hours and then get up to work my finance job and somehow weave intermingle homework into that situation. Also, I kind of mentioned before I worked in finance, of course, I worked for my mom's business. I worked at Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory for 5 hard years because the thing about my mom is that she was always like, hey, like, if something ever happens to me, like, you need to know how to run this business, but she would still pay me like $7.50 an hour, So I was working hard ever since I was young. And I had came to a point where I felt like it wasn't like good for me and my mom's relationship for me to continue working there. So I ended up quitting, which is also why I needed the serving job, to help supplement like my like finance income, because also like my first job in finance was like, it wasn't 100% commission only, but like I think I got like a monthly stipend of like $1,000 and the rest was commission only. And so yeah, as like an 18-year-old, yeah, I was making money. I thought I was cool. I was great. But once you add on big people bills on top of that, like it's really not that much. And then, you know, I like nice things. So I was traveling and I don't know, I got a dog, like I doing all this crazy stuff. So I ended up living in New Mexico my first 2 years of college. And then my mom likes to move, and she decided to move to Arizona. And at first I was like, I'm not coming. I'm not going to follow you there. But then honestly, not going to lie, guys, I miss my mom. Yeah, so your girl missed her mom. So I ended up moving to Scottsdale, Arizona, to follow her. If you can relate to my crazy, you know, first, second year of college, let me know. Put it in the comments. Please subscribe, like. I want to hear from you. This is the Fitpreneur Files.